Let's go. That's it. The wait is over. NFL football is officially back. We are in week one. We get to actually see NFL football that matters this week. It's been a long time since February. It's been a long time since we got to go ahead and see real football. And I know some of you will say, well, we've had training camp, we've had freaking the preseason. Stop. We haven't seen plays that matter. We haven't seen players that matter with something on the line this entire preseason. We get to see that now officially. It's officially the start of the Aaron Rodgers era for the New York Jets. We've been waiting for this ever since it was announced that he wanted to be, in fact, a New York Jet. I've already given you guys the predictions of what I think the New York Jets can be this season. I got them at 13-3. I'm sorry, as you were, 13-4. With that said, I think it's time to break down the weekly breakdowns of how they're going to do versus their weekly opponents. And this week, we have the Buffalo Bills, the reigning AFC East champions. In fact, the last 3 years running, they've been the AFC East champions. But I got to tell you, of those 13 wins I had the New York Jets getting this season, this is one of them. And, well, I'm going to tell you why. Let's talk about it.
I can do it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce, man. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance, man. I can do it all, I will never fall. It's the Renaissance, you know that I got the mother sauce, man. You know I'm the boss, I know what it costs. Have you ever lost? I'm so versatile, yeah, I'm a Renaissance, man.
Congratulations, brother.
And here we okay. So here it is. It's week one. The New York Jets face off against the Buffalo Bills at home this week on 9/11 to go ahead and kick off the New York Jets season. The Aaron Rodgers era officially begins against the current king of the AFC East. Now, a lot of people didn't want this game. A lot of people wanted to go ahead and kind of like slow roll it, softball it to get to the point where they felt happy about what it could look like. Not me. I'm excited that the first few games of the season is our most difficult. Whereas the majority of individuals are concerned about the Jets getting continuity on offense, the heart and soul of this team is the Jets defense. And we already know how good those guys can be. So while every other team is going to have to get tape on Aaron Rodgers as he plays in this version of green with this New York Jets offense, yes, granted, this is an offense that made him a MVP 2 of the last 3 seasons. It is still new personnel he's employing it with. They're putting it all together. I personally find it as an advantage of them not having enough tape to know what to expect. As a matter of fact, game 1, Sean McDermott alluded to such when he stated that this is going to be his first time calling plays since 2018. And he gets to go up against Aaron Rodgers. It's the defense knows the Buffalo Bills. So I'm excited about this matchup this week. You should be excited about this matchup this week. It's an opportunity to go ahead and hit a juggernaut right in the freaking mouth and get the season going off at 1-0, setting a tone and a standards to what we expect of this particular season. Again, Aaron Rodgers is now our quarterback. You know, last season we talked about it where a lot of games were lost on the horrible play of Zach Wilson. The combination of Zach Wilson, Mike McDaniel not really knowing what he was doing. Mike LaFleur not knowing what he was doing. There was a lot that you looked at last season on the offense side of the ball, and it looked so lost and inept. It was just bad. The defense, nonetheless, still finished out as a top 5 defense in the NFL. Although in that category of top 5, no other defense had as many snaps as the New York Jets did. That was in the top 10. That should tell you just how bad the offense was and just how great this defense was to still go ahead and be elite when they were exhausted and on the field consistently. I digress. Why am I so excited about this game? Listen, I predicted the New York Jets were going to go 13-4 this season. And yeah, have us winning the season opener. A lot of people felt like that was a little bit premature. Well, Josh Allen, he knows this offense, blah, 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 blah. Well, this Bills defense doesn't know Aaron Rodgers in this offense. This Bills defense lost a player like Edmonds last year, who was, I think, in the last 3 years, twice he's led that team in tackles. They've also lost Leslie Frazier. Now you've got Sean McDermott calling plays for the first time since 2018. That defense is not going to be insane. We don't know what Michael Hyde is going to look like. He was injured all the last year. Not to mention he's pushing 32, 33 years old. This is a safety position that relies heavily on their athletic ability. Those things tend to start going away once you hit those 30s. A lot of question marks on that defensive side of the ball. You know what there isn't a question mark? How this New York Jets defense plays against Josh Allen. Josh Allen has not had a stellar career versus the New York Jets. As a matter of fact, Josh Allen versus the New York Jets defense has a career passer rating of 81.3. He's thrown for 2,041 yards, 8 touchdowns to 7 interceptions in 9 games versus the Jets. He doesn't play us well. Now, last season statistically, Josh Allen completed a combined 55%, 1 TD to 2 interceptions, a 5.7 yards per attempt, 1 rushing TD to 2 fumbles. In fact, my boy, the Buffalo Jet fan, he tweeted this earlier. It was on his video earlier. Compared what we saw when Josh Allen versus the Jets last year by giving him a couple of nicknames. A nickname such as the Canadian Carson Wentz, the tall Mitch Trubisky, the positive Jay Cutler. How about Daniel Jones raised on a farm? And my personal favorite of all of these, Caucasian Jameis Winston. Yo, Buffalo, that one was priceless in terms of comparing what Josh Allen looks like when he plays the Jets. I'm on board. Josh Allen to me isn't terrifying to where it scares so many people. And I'm not saying go in there and sleep on this team. That'd be just ridiculous of us to do so. But Josh Allen versus the New York Jets defense last season, he looked mediocre, less than. Now, while some Bills fans will tell you they hit 450 yards and 3 touchdowns incoming, stop it. This offensive line is bad for them. We have arguably the best defensive line, definitely the best depth and rotation on defensive line going after Josh Allen this freaking game. I expect the New York Jets to come out swinging. I do believe them not having Von Miller, and then now, of course, we're hearing some rumblings about Michael Hyde not being 100% healthy with the back issue. Whether or not that's true or not is what it is. He's still coming off a major injury last year, and then he's also 32 years old. Again, a position in which athleticism, which Michael Hyde had in droves, is dependent upon for him to do what he does. So this is a great opportunity for the New York Jets to come out swinging and swinging hard, making a statement. I think this game is going to be a New York Jets win. And I could sit here and keep going on and on about the why on the defense versus the offense, how we have the advantage defense. I could do that, but what's the point? I truly believe this is going to be a game that the New York Jets win. And there's a part of me that believes it's going to be a shocker to most people. There's a part of me that truly believes this game could wind up actually being a blowout. I think our defense knows what to do. I think our defense has better cohesion. I know they know what to do against Josh Allen. That defense doesn't know what to expect from Aaron Rodgers, this running back dual monster threat of Brees and, of course, Dalvin Cook. I don't know if Micah Hyde still has it. He was all out last season, and then there's so many question marks. You know what I'm saying? I do believe the Leslie Frazier stepping away from the game is going to make those guys think a little bit, and they're going to go ahead and take a step back. There's not that kind of a question mark for the Jets defense. And Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, implementing an offense that he dominated 2 out of the last 3 years in which he won the MVP. And we got him people he's familiar with in Randall Cobb and freaking Alan Lazard. Garrett Wilson is him. I don't think there needs to be a lot of continuity in terms of he's him. You saw a little bit of a taste of what that looked like in the preseason. I believe this could be a blowout, but because the AFC East runs through Buffalo, I can admit that there's going to be some question marks. So with that said, I predict the New York Jets win on Monday Night Football. New York Jets win this game 26-21. That's my final score prediction. I believe 26-21, New York Jets win this game. We take over the division at 1-0. I do believe that the current state of the Miami Dolphins puts them in a situation against the Chargers to not have a great game. That offensive line looks very, very shady, very, very shaky, so to speak. They put Liam as a starter in their depth rotation, which is very, very concerning. So I think that could be an issue for the Miami Dolphins against the San Diego Chargers. Although I do believe they wind up winning the game, it's also plausible that they lose that game. I got the Patriots getting smoke checked by the Eagles. That's not even something to worry about. So you're looking at the New York Jets with the only AFC East division win come week 1, start off the season at 1-0. Dolphins at 1-0, Patriots 0-1, Bills 0-1, and yeah, we're kicking the season off right. I think the opportunity to go ahead and have our first 6 games being the most complicated of our entire season, or the most difficult of our entire season, says a lot about what we can be if we get out of this thing 4-2, 3-3. But I also believe that, you know, talking to my boy, the Battered Jets fan, last night on his show, it's something that never registered with me is the New York Jets are in prime position this year to go ahead and make a statement. You know, whether it's the individual position battles, you know, Aaron Rodgers, the running game, being able to allow him to get acclimated with the team, that defense, being able to go ahead and play with leads potentially, being able to pin their ears back and get to the quarterback. There is so much positive to look at about this season, but it all starts with Aaron Rodgers. But it doesn't end with Aaron Rodgers. The fact of the matter is, it's Aaron Rodgers with a great supporting cast. That offensive line people have been talking about, they're so concerned about. I don't know why. You've not seen this offensive line healthy to go ahead and make that kind of a statement of concern. If you say you're worried about their health, very well. But the talent is here on this offensive line. Dwayne Brown is a year removed from being a Pro Bowler. Laken Tomlinson is a year removed from being a Pro Bowler. AVT was on a route to being a Pro Bowler last season before the injury. Mekhi Becton, the last time we saw him play his rookie year, you thought to yourself, man, this guy is a mauler. That's a dog right there. He's going to be freaking something special. And McGovern has always been freaking the average, you know, center. So the offensive line to me has the potential, if healthy, to be the best in the AFC East. Not saying much because all the offensive lines are a little bit shady and shoddy, but not only the best in the AFC East, I think if these guys stay healthy and start going, and again with the impact Aaron Rodgers has with that quick release of getting the ball out of his hands, I could also see this line being top 15 to top 10 by the end of the season. I don't know, man. Look, football's back. It's exciting. This is going to be a fun season. Got a couple of giveaways coming back your way as well. So if you're not following me or you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. I'm only going to be announcing the giveaways initially via video, either through YouTube Shorts or at the end of my videos. Some nice things, you know what I'm saying, we got to put out there. We're getting compliments to Gino the Italy Jet, one of my co-hosts on a couple of shows. He's also a co-host of the Jigga Man Porto show on Wednesday nights. Man, football's back. It's just back. So if you're not following me, follow me now. Giveaways are coming. Lots of Jets content coming. Off season's over. That means my off season's over. I'm back in the grind. Go Jets. 26-21. New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills and start off the season leading the AFC East division. Man, this is real life right now. Aaron freaking Rodgers.
Chant, they like to say, it goes something like Jets, 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 Jets.